So what's up? It's your boy 3CP, and what you're looking at is the first footage of Madden 19, like when the game first came out. Pretty much, this is Ultimate Team, but when like some of my a lot of strings, I was playing rigs before the game before I streamed it, but this is like some of my first Ultimate Team streaming games, and I just had a thought, but like, shout out to my people over there in the chat that y'all, if y'all remember my regulars, Mike, Roses, I think Ransom and Andrew around here somewhere. But if y'all remember this string, the first string, y'all remember we had it was a lot of people in there. But the thing was, I just had a thought like, what if Madden 19 was bad when it first came out? You know, everybody was always says, hey, I wish we could go back to the day one pack, like the game when it first came out. Yeah, the game is nowhere near what it was when it first came out. But my first memory of playing this game when it first came out was the main thing was you couldn't use her. They pretty much said, okay, if y'all want this and y'all want that, we're not gonna let you use her. We're gonna pretty much take user skill away. And that's what this game was when the game first came out. Now that I think about it, it was more animation based than it is now. Even though it's heavily animation based, it was more animation based this first footage you're looking at because you couldn't use her. The only time you could actually get a user or a pick or whatever, was if the animation said you're supposed to do that, and the animation was the right time. It was the right trigger of whatever happened, and it all fell into place. Like it wasn't like, oh, you click on user, you make up. No, you couldn't do none of that. And accuracy, there you can see the accuracy of the quarterback. You know that kind of was a thing. You know, quarterbacks who low accuracy. I had Dak right here, but you can see that. I mean, it was nothing too crazy. Oh, Kiki Kuti though. Look at this dude, Kiki. Shout out my boy Kiki from Lufkin, Texas. That dude, I used to watch him in high school. But it was more like we knew the game was slower. We knew that. We knew the game was slower, and the reason why it was slower because of the more animation that they put in the game, the real player motion stuff, all that crap. I think that played a part in why the game was a little bit slower because they had to make, we had to make the moves, and he did his moves on this play. But you had to make the moves and all that stuff slower for whoever, so they had to slow down the defense too. So you can have, but even though the case was now that we know that they just doing whatever they want now because the defense, if you on defense, the defense gets a super speed burst when you click on somebody to pick the ball off. You get a speed burst. As soon as you click on, you can be 10 yards away. You will get a speed burst and turn into the flash. And it's like, wow. They pretty much just adjusted the sliders all the way from then to now. But as I'm looking at some of this footage, I was listening to some of the stuff I was saying. Like I wasn't, we all had good thoughts about the game, but my thing was still, I don't know what a lot of people said it, but I was the one saying you couldn't use, like right there. You couldn't use her. Use those kind of plays right there. Were going to get like I gave up a lot of those plays right there because I couldn't click on and do nothing about it. It was just animations. No, he's supposed to catch it and take it for a touchdown. And that's how most of the time dudes would score on me because they would just be some thing where I clicked on and didn't nothing happened, and we was complaining. It took them like months to finally fix that. Like, so that gets a bit thought of. Like the game was not even decent when it first came out. If you really think about it, because I knew once Ultimate Team started going up and bringing out new cards and stuff, that was gonna go downhill because I knew they wasn't gonna keep the game speed the way it was, and they pretty much just did what they was trying to do. They pretty much did away with it, They did away with everything, and they said, "Forget it. Let's just go back to Madden 18." That's pretty much what they did. They said, "Forget it. We're just going back to Madden 18 and keep some of the stuff that we got in now, and go back to Madden 18." But as you can see, like the running, there was nothing wrong with the running. The running, it was. I would have preferred the running like it is now. As you can see, like nobody's really spinning and stuff. Nobody's really doing a lot of the things that you see in the game now. That's a good defense though, but it's just the game was just too animation based, and the where you couldn't use it pretty much tells the how they would never finish with this game because you could not. Like y'all knew when I was in this stream all the time. Every time I streamed this game when it first came out, what was the main thing I was saying? You can't use her. You have to just hope and pray that if the dude throws the ball directly to you, you actually get rewarded for it and not get took it for six. Okay, that's pretty much what we was trying to hope to not happen. Was if he threw that ball to you, you knew, dang, like dang, is he gonna throw this ball to me and let me intercept it, or is he gonna just stand there and look? And that was a big thing when the game first came out. Was there was lots of standing around looking. I'm talking about dudes would just stand there for this whole seconds and just look at him. Like man, they'll literally just look at the guy and let him catch the ball, and then they'll do something. Now that brought me to a point where Ryan Moody put out a video about right. Look at that right there. Now see, old Madden, see how the animation took over. It wasn't like click on and pick it. No, it was a tip animation. The animation said he's supposed to drop the ball and tip it and stuff. Older Madden, that's a clear pick. But Ryan Moody put out a video about a guy who said he started testing out stuff with Madden 18. I mean Madden 08 and 04 and all that stuff on his PC, and he did like a mod and adjusted stuff, and he figured out that the game since those games they've been having these some type of what's it called, play tags or something, like pretty much what I've been saying. Like I tell you, I'm not crazy. Whatever happens on the play, it was supposed to happen until after. So that's why your defense he adjusted stuff, and he like say throw a slant, and the defense just if he adjusted or made the route different from what it was, the defense would just dumb out and not do anything until he caught the ball and started running. Then there go and start attacking. That's how you see in this game, guys would just stand around when the game first came out, and then they would actually try to go tackle him after he caught the ball because the animation he has to catch the ball first. So that's pretty much it's like it's just like a pick your own, like pick and play, like one of those telltale games. You press the button to do something, and whatever it tells you to do, that's what it does. That's what it is. Like, and then it's just like the roll of the dice type thing, where most of the time it's already set what's gonna happen. But sometimes if you pick the certain animation that the defense picks and you can counteract some stuff, that's where you get like the drops or picks, whatever happens. It's just the roll of it's just whatever the computer says it wants you to do. You just have to make sure you overcome it. Like, well, you have to make sure that you just get lucky, pretty much. Like you can see now as you can see the footage that I'm rolling here. Like I said, first gameplay, I was a Cowboys uniforms, and as you can see, like when this game first came, man coverage was really good when it first came out. It's still okay, but not as much because dudes that just run crossing, like you couldn't run crossing routes like crazy like dudes do now. Like dudes, I mean, if the dude had good man cover, he would stay with him. But I got a dude, Jimmy Smith, with 99 man coverage. I mean, he's on his 94 speed, but what matters more? Does speed matter or does man coverage? What matters? Because this dude will just get burnt on slants and post routes all day. man to man, and act like he just can't couple with him. So I wonder, like, does speed matter more on the rating? 'Cause we know it doesn't matter. We know dudes with 99 speed, if they're blue canned up to 99 speed, they're not 99 speed. The only way you can get 99 speed is if you have stock 99. So like a John Ross, he has 99 speed. I think Tyreek Hill and Riggs has 99 speed, something like that. But everybody else who's got this stuff kimmed up, no. Right, that dude's wild. Why didn't I throw that guy? I had a dude wide open through the middle. I don't know why I didn't throw it to him. He ran. He came out in that damn cover two. Wow, I didn't throw it to him. I'm like, wow. I want to see if I can throw it to him this time. No, I'll run it this time. And of course, running, like I said, the running was just, it was just not nowhere near what the running is now. Like you had to just know how to really run the ball to run it. And I didn't have a complaint about it. I was like, cool. If it's gonna be like this, you gotta just do other things. We gotta figure out how to run different plays. But and like I was saying, you can see people in the chat. We're talking about the running game, how it's different. You. But all of a sudden now, what's the game back? Bam! You can run the ball now. You can run, stretch, spin, move, yada there. But see, the good thing about the game first came out, you couldn't do that. There was nobody running the ball, running, throwing to the running back, and just hitting the spin move because they know they can get better. I know it. The spin move was pretty much nobody was really doing a lot of spinning when this game first came out, and I don't know how it ended up having like this, but it just ended up that way. But back to the fact that I still say the game was not finished. Madden was still semi almost a bad game when it first came out because of the one fact that you could not use her, and that was just the main reason to just like, okay, you gonna give us this? If you want to make the game back to what it used to be, okay, we'll do that, but you can't use her. The dudes are gonna stand around like idiots. So I mean, we had to take for what it was. We either have to want to get the user, or now what we got now, you can use her, but you still get spent out of your shoes. And sometimes even if you use it, sometimes you still just don't get animations. Like it was more. It's like 95% now. It was more like 60% where you would click on and something happened. You still get dudes still standing around and do stuff, but it's not even nowhere near what it was when it first came out. Like it literally, you could not click on and do anything. Like you could literally just press Y 15 times before the ball got thrown, and you would just not do anything, and he would just still stand there. But I guess it is what it is. Like I said, I think this game was not. My whole thing is I don't think this game was finished. This just because of the fact that the user was always broken, was broken for months before they even fixed it. That's why I believe that it was not. Because yeah, you see how he used the guy right there, the computer made the play. Yeah, the computer made the plays all the time. Most of the time they standing around the but. If I would have clicked on that guy and tried to make that, I wouldn't have got that animation. He would have just stood there. So yeah, that's what I'm just want to share with y'all. Like, if y'all like, I'm saying, I don't know if a lot of people put up a lot of older Madden 19 footage, but as you see right there, that's another play. I was trying to click on and go down, but it's the user in this dog, like you couldn't do anything once you clicked on and tried to do something, and the other guy was already in his catch animation. You was pretty much screwed. Like that, it was nothing you could do about it but just hope and pray. But yeah, these dudes were still running around wildly, throwing the ball off their back foot, even though that they couldn't do it when the game first came out. But later on, as y'all see, Vicks and all that, everybody started doing it again and just throwing the ball off their back foot. But when this first early footage, that's one thing I could say. That at least that they made it where the quarterbacks couldn't just do whatever he wanted. I don't know how I got out of that, but that was a beautiful sack. But just looking back at the first footage, you can just see that like the game speed, it's nowhere near what the game speed is now. And for some reason, like the defense, they played bad because you couldn't use it. But I don't know if it was just all the way just terrible how they do now. I think you had a better chance when the game first came out to at least compete on defense. This, once a dude runs two crossing routes, you put him as out of there. Your safeties just we don't even need safeties in the game. Like safeties don't do anything. They literally just stand around more than anybody. But yeah, that's just something I want to share with y'all. Let me know what y'all think. Was Madden 19 bad when it first came out, or do you like this earlier footage type game? Do you like this game better than what it is now? Let me know.